It is Shanna from Reality with Shanna, and most people only see airplanes from the airport gate, or like many of us are dealing with right now, TSA. However, we got to see something totally different. Our cousin is an airline mechanic, and he was able to give us a tour of the repair hangar where all the broken airplanes go. We saw planes being repaired, walked through different work areas that they have, and we even got into a real cockpit. Let's go and see what passengers never get to see. A lot of times when we think about midlife, we think about rediscovering curiosity, not just for our kids, but what about for ourselves? Like, here we are getting ready to go inside and look at this exterior. I saw this beautiful little tree there and how official it looks. And one thing I've been thinking about lately as a midlife mom is how easy it is for us to get stuck in just the daily routines that we have and our work and the schedules and all of that, and practices, of course, and going to different games. But what about experiences like this that we are having with our children for the first time, for them and for us too? Like, we're learning something new, we're discovering something new right alongside our kids. And I had never seen the inside of an airport repair hangar before today, and here we are together. These are the little bikes that they use to move around because it's so massive in there. Instead of walking, they pack up their bike and go from area to area. So this is our first look inside, checking out one of the planes that's being repaired. The amazing thing about this is when you first walk into the hangar and you're looking around, you just notice how big everything is. And airplanes look big at the airport, but when you see them in this hangar, they are huge. And with different parts taken apart that the mechanics are working on and inspecting and repairing, it's just pretty amazing. So my kids were amazed, but also I was amazed too, just to be this close to an airplane without actually being loading onto it or anything about to go anywhere, but actually just checking it out. Very, very cool experience. Our cousin did such a wonderful job of explaining what airline mechanics do each and every day. Before a plane goes back into service, it goes through so much inspection, so many maintenance, and then repairs if something isn't working correctly, and just the attention to detail for everything that has to go onto an airplane for it to actually fly is amazing. And having teams of mechanics check everything from the engines to the electrical systems, just making sure that every part is working properly, it was really an eye-opening experience, and it really makes you appreciate how much work actually goes into what has to happen for us to travel on an airplane.
Yeah,
No, I just outside. Yeah, he is not moving very fast, is he? Well, that's true.
you have to download the American Airlines app on your
As moms, we spend so much time planning schedules and managing different events and things going on in our lives and our family's life. But sometimes productivity, having gentle productivity and taking time also looks like saying yes to experiences like this, where you slow down, experience something new, visit with family. But this wasn't actually on my planner for this day. This wasn't anything that I was like, oh, this is actually going to happen today. But this is one of those moments where we will remember forever as a family. And sometimes that's like the most productive thing you can do.
I like these glasses. I wish they had some tint to them. They're kind of stylish.
Make sure to keep watching because we are going to get on a little van and drive to a plane and go someplace special. So hang tight.
No, I don't have any.
What place do you think Angus taking us on?
I don't know.
Here we go. never realized that a cockpit had so many buttons. Like, even behind the pilot and co-pilot's head is a whole wall of buttons, and then more buttons like everywhere, like everywhere. Everywhere. So here I am capturing all of those buttons, and basically you need to know what those do, right? It's amazing.
That's the rudder pedal.
All that goes
you can
into
steer
it.
with the rudder pedal as well when you're moving.
Left and right.
But that little semicircle over there, next one over, the tiller. The tiller is how you turn the nose wheel. So when you're taxiing back and forth, you use the tiller. You got to have a certain amount of speed to use the rudder pedals because it's got to be enough air going across the rudder to actually make it move the nose of the plane.
And you fly with this.
That's the one you fly with, yep.
But lefty versus righty. So this guy, he has to learn how to fly right.
Girl.
Guy or girl has to learn how to fly right. This person has to learn how to fly left.
Right, so this person is a captain, this person is a first officer. Two captains can be flying. That's the first officer. Could two first officers do it? Sure.
One thing that I really loved about today is just showing and exposing my kids to something different, like something that they may not have even thought about as a career path or something to investigate. There were so many different professions and jobs that go into being at an airport. It just opened up curiosity and imagination, and I love that about it. I have decided exposure for our children is one of the greatest paths for them to be successful, because they not only meet different people, but they come into contact with different cultures and everything. So this was just a wonderful thing, a wonderful opportunity for all of us. As a midlife mom, it sometimes feels like we are in a cycle of schedules and practices and responsibilities, but every now and then something comes across our path like this that is totally and completely different. And I think these moments remind us that learning never stops, and discovering things along with our kids is one of the greatest things we can do.